What sleeping direction is considered your sleep facing? This has been very confusing for people. So you're sleeping like this. The sleeping direction is actually here. So let's say you have a compass, right? North, south. Okay. The sleeping direction would be south. It's where your feet, one way to see it is where your feet are pointing. Why bed placement is so important in Feng Shui? There are three things that are really, really important when you're designing or when you're trying to Feng Shui out the space. One is the door. Where's the location of the door? What is the direction of the door? Okay. Because that determines the energy that feeds the whole house. Second is the stove. Because again, like I said, stove is not just, the stove is symbolic of health, relationship, and finances. The third thing is the bed. And the bed is your symbol of health and relationship. But with the right bed placement, you can also activate money. So how does this work? So in some of you guys may have heard about yin feng shui, which is like gravesite feng shui. So when they're doing yin feng shui, looking at the tombstone, they put the compass against the tombstone to figure out what the facing is. So they tilt the facing of the headstone for the most auspicious direction. Why am I saying all this? Because for the bed, the headboard is kind of like similar to the tombstone. You're kind of, dead for the night, right? You're resting for the night. When I help my clients with bed placement, I put the compass against the headboard to see what is the facing of the headboard. That actually is even more, it's more precise work needed for sure, but it's also better effect instead of just looking at where the person's legs are pointing. The proper way is to actually determine it from the headboard. The headboard is a really nice to have because then you can tweak the kind of energy that you want to receive when you're sleeping to determine what is the direction that is hitting. So let's say usually I give my clients 5 degrees of the compass to face their headboard. So let's say 180 to 185 degrees on the compass. This is facing south. So they need to move the headboard, okay? They need to move the headboard and then put the compass against the headboard to find that 5-degree direction that I've given them. This is very, very advanced. This is like level 3. So the headboard is good for that purpose. However, you don't need a headboard. You do need a solid backing. So even if you don't have a headboard, you still have a wall here. Like if you don't have this thing here, you don't have this headboard, you still have a wall behind you. You just don't want to have your bed kind of floating with no solid background, with nothing solid behind your head.